Brotherhood with the Carrie and Gordon show. And I'm your host, Gordon Watt from Boundaries and Brotherhood. And we're going to set up Miss Carrie. Reintroduce yourself, my partner, and see how we're going to get this, what we're going to be relating. If you're on TikTok, if you're watching me live on this here, oh, I can say hi, but invite another host to go live. Let's see. Invite to join as a guest. Ooh, I'm going to press this and see if you can come on. Well, we're doing this on Zoom, we're doing this on live. Let's see if we can come in there. Coast move during the multi-screen. Okay, so that's something new. We're doing this live on YouTube, live on TikTok, recording in Zoom because I don't have the followers yet. Guys, if you're watching this on TikTok, hit that follow button. Get the live thing going. And let's see camera. Oh, camera. Okay, the invite to turn on because it's something new for us. So we're doing something new too. So if you're watching this on live, today's subject, what did we name the subject? Becoming the change in your relationship. Miss Carrie, let us know what we're going to be going over while I get set up on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. While we're figuring out the TikTok live and
Yeah, I'm
see what
sitting here trying to figure this out, man. This is pretty wild.
this is pretty
Um,
wild.
yeah, it is pretty wild. And it's all pretty cool. Okay. Can you
So yeah, give us a because you're live right now on YouTube. Yeah, you come in on TikTok. We got people in there. Guys, hit that follow button. Something different. We're learning as we go with
Yeah, we
the
are
thing.
learning as we go. I'm Carrie Player. I'm a relationship and mindset coach. I
Oh,
help high achieving women stop chasing love and be the prize in their life.
oh, you just came out on my phone. I had to mute it. I'm about to put an earphones in, but I have my Rode mic going through it. But
Ah,
it's a recording. It's doing it.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I can just stay muted on TikTok and then because you can still hear me, correct?
And I
Yeah,
can
you
see
can.
you.
When I come onto your TikTok, you can still hear me. So I'm going to stay muted and then that way people can see
No, they
either
can
way
see your
you.
face at least.
Yeah, at least they can see my face. They can still hear me too.
They can hear you. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Sorry.
this is cool.
Sorry.
Okay, we figured it out.
We're this is a slow process, but we are
Yes,
figuring it
yes,
out.
yes, yes. No, no, we're good. All
Ah.
right, talk about what we're going to be going over while I get set up for the YouTube and share it out to Facebook while we're getting all the streaming. Guys, if you're hitting on TikTok, say hi to Carrie. Let us know you're joined. Hit that follow button and figure out how we can get more followers. Send us a rose. I don't know, something to do about, you got to send us like a gift or something like that. I'm like, what the frick is a gift now?
How
Jesus
about if
Christ.
you like the live and share it? I think that'd be
Oh, that's
awesome.
what it is. Okay, we're learning.
Like the live and share it.
There you go. Okay. What are we going over today?
So today I want to talk about being the change. And this is really alive with a lot of my clients right now is wanting to change things in their relationship. Maybe
Okay.
the relationship dynamic, maybe it feels a little stale, maybe they're a little bored, and
Okay.
you get to be the change. I think there's a lot, well, not I think, I'm observing there's this mindset that, oh, he will read my mind and he will make this effort to change. But we're in a relationship, right? It's like give and
Mhm.
take. It's like the law of reciprocity. So I get to be the change in order to create the change. I get to go first, right? It's just
Right.
like starting a business. You get to go first.
Right, right. Now, tell the viewers of what's going to be going on because you did a situation for it and you had a lot of controversy
I
of what
did.
happened, right? Set the preamble, set the process, set what happened because I'm kind of interested because I look at all the comments that she was having and I'll let her tell her story and then led up to the preamble. Give us a little back of your back history and how we got this going on, and then you can lay right into it.
So my boyfriend is amazing at creating experiences. We travel. He is just one of the most thoughtful people that I've ever met. And so I thought I wanted to create a date night. I wanted to do something different, maybe something that we've never done before. And I just started to kind of play it around in my head of what can be simple because at the same time, I get to honor the fact that he works a lot and he's going to
Tell
work
them,
late.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Tell
so
them what
how
he
can I,
is.
yeah, yeah. How can I make it work? How can I, instead of pulling him away from his job? And I thought, oh, cool. We can do something later on at night. I can create like some type of date night outside. What I really thought, because it would be late enough, was I wanted to try this new app I found. It was like a stargazing app where you can actually
Mhm.
see constellations in the sky. I thought it was kind of cool. whatever. Hey, it's a conversation piece, right? And in order for it to be dark outside, it's going to be probably after 10 o'clock, which he'll be done working. Right? I
Right.
was trying to make it all work, like thinking outside the box. So
Right.
I was like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? Then I realized, oh, we have a air mattress.
Okay.
Cool. I can go blow up an air mattress. Like there were things that I had at home. Like I actually went out to the store and I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy some things. And as I was out, I was just kind of like, I already have everything that I need at home. Really, and to really give you some backstory on this, like we go to Burning Man every year. So anything that you need to camp or
You guys
like
have.
we have it, right? And so
Right.
I was like, oh man, I really don't need a whole lot. But I did want to create a space where we could like lay down and like stare up. So I was like, okay, let me find an air mattress. Now I will
Okay.
change that next time. We we found this air mattress. It was awesome. Pillows. I made snacks. I had wine. Yeah, it was just like such a fun experience. And we were outside for about an hour and a half. And he was just really appreciative when he came out. He was kind of like, "Oh wow.
Oh, I'm like, oh,
Oh wow. Like, okay, this is cool." And I mean, yeah, and you know what? I learned a lot in this experience, but it was just so much fun. And we both had a good time. I had a good time all day. When I got into it, when I started thinking about how am I going to plan this, like the excitement started to grow. And then I'm like out
nice.
at the store having fun and like joking around with people. People are messaging me because I was kind of documenting it on my stories, so my
Right.
clients could see.
Right.
And the feedback I got was, "Hey, I mean, isn't he supposed to do those things for you?" And I was just like, "Ooh, but why does it always have to be one-sided? Like, what has you think
Ooh.
it has to be one-sided?"
Deep, 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 deep. Because if you guys want to see what Carrie did for her man, Abel, because he's an attorney and he's really busy. He works a lot. He's a partner and stuff like that. So Carrie never used to be she used to be a self-service person, right? No, to be able to be a coach, to realize certain things about how women think, the comments that she was getting was kind of interesting because some women from her, like even for her past life was thinking, why are you doing this for him? Because it's coming from a service heart now. It's not coming from just being
Yes.
one-sided. And that's what led up to this. Because when you're in a relationship, no matter what happens, no matter what kind of problems you're going through, no matter what is it, you still have to service and be of a serving person, no matter what it is. Now, I know from what I'm knowing, Abel is a person that likes to create experiences. So
Yeah.
she tried to do something for him, and she got flack for it. She really got some shit for it.
It was awesome. It was great. And it really allowed me to see where people were at and also present a
Interesting.
new perspective to them. Like, why does it have to be one-sided?
Right,
And
right,
is
right.
that's taking energy? Like, how can I contribute as well to the relationship and to the
Yeah.
excitement and the fun and allow my partner to see that they are important to me and that they matter and that they're special?
Now, let me ask you this now. When you phased out from being this selfish woman, the feminist guys, she used to be a strong feminist before. It's like, okay, independent, strong women, but she realized it didn't get her nowhere, right? It didn't really get her anywhere. But now she's with a partner that she wants to do things for. And you see other women in her comments saying that, why is he doing this? What's the difference in a lot of the things that you see now with the women, and how would you give them that advice? Because it takes a lot. You went through a lot. You've been through a lot to become this person, which is a, a beautiful thing to see in the making, right? Because it shows from the inside out, right? Versus just outside in being we talked about this before, transactional. Now it's
Yeah.
transformational.
Yes, it is. It is now transformational. And I mean, I remember there was a period of time that I would come from this space of entitlement. Like, I deserve
Mm,
this, right? Like,
mm.
I deserve this. And not from a place of like punishment, though, of you need to create these things for me. It was, I felt like, oh my God, I've been through all of these things and I just deserve, and you get to provide that. However, that just doesn't that was not really what was happening within me. What was happening within me was I hadn't healed a lot of the past things with past relationships. And
Oh,
so
okay.
every relationship I was going in, I was just kind of bringing my big ass U-Haul trailer full of shit, right? And expecting the new person to unpack it and make it look beautiful. You know what I mean?
Right, 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 right. What are some of the comments? Did some of the say, list some of the comments that got your attention, and you kind of like wondered where did this come from? Like, what was some of them that stuck out that kind of blew you away? Like, what the frick?
Well, of course, the first one was, isn't he supposed to do that for you?
I
Like
get
totally taking away from what I was going to create. And that for me, I just thought, yes, yeah, yeah, he does get to do those things for me, but he does those things for me. And it doesn't have to look, I felt like people were taking it like specifics. Like, so for example, there's a lot of
okay.
things that he does for me. And so someone asked me, this is another spin on it. What are the things that you appreciate about him and not the grand gestures,
The small
like
things.
the small things? And I was like, oh man, let me tell you, the replacing my perfume bottle before it's empty and when it's almost empty and then I
Oh
just get a
wow.
brand new one.
Okay.
Or when he's making breakfast and he's making pancakes for himself, knowing that I can't eat them because I'm gluten free, it makes me my own special batch.
Okay.
Like little things like that are the ways that he can show up for me as well. And that's also an invitation for us to show up that way for men as well. And
Compared to, but compare that. Tell the audience, tell people on TikTok right here how you used to be before, and do some shout outs to some of the viewers right there. If you're watching it on your end, because this is new for us. You really think it's kind of
yeah,
cool though? If you guys join us, hit a like, share it, or what Carrie said, what I have to do?
like and share,
Like it, share it
please.
to somebody. Give us. I guess I don't know. This is all new to me, but this is kind of cool to watch like three things going on at the same time in my home office studio. But Carrie used to be a different person. To see this come out of her, see this come out of me, for me, for myself to understand it, it kind of like is different too because I can catch these things and I think about how I used to be, how transactional I used to be, how everything used to be about money, power, fame, this, all of this for what? At the end of the day, when I ended up in prison, nothing happened. And the
Hmm.
only person can solve it for is the person, me, myself, to create the experience, to create the memories, to create things for myself. And that's what I tell with other people. Even some of these people that's watching here from my workplace in Las Vegas before, they've always came to me for advice, real advice, because they know I'm going to give it to them real, raw. Because it doesn't have to be, I don't have to sugarcoat nothing. Some of the women that you've helped, right? What are some of the underlying factors you see that when you do your coaching, how does it help them?
Well, I think another perspective is women that are the overgivers, the overanalyzers, the overthinkers, the overgivers that
Ooh.
are choosing unhealthy men. So
Mm.
I had clients say to me, "Well, I do those things for him and he doesn't appreciate it." But okay, well, what kind, like, who are you choosing? And who are you doing it for? And are you doing this from an energy of proving, or are you doing this from an energy of joy and excitement of creating the experience? Are you trying to prove to this guy that he needs to be
Groovy.
with you? Or are like, oh my
Groovy.
God, please pick me, pick me, that pick me energy? Or is this like,
Ah.
oh my God, you know what? I want to be caught up in this joy and excitement of creating an experience.
Ah.
Two
Talk.
different energies.
Yeah. Because I know one of your posts, guys, if you're not following her, I mean, follow her on TikTok, you can see some of her stories, some of our deep posts that she's got going on. A lot of times she says stuff that we can do a whole sitcom show on the stuff that she posts because it's real. Because it's real and it comes from a place of change. Proving yourself. Does women try to prove too much that they are the strong, independent woman for nothing?
Well,
From your experience, I'm
from
not.
my
Don't speak for everybody
experience,
because you used to be one.
yeah, I think from my experience, yes, you can fall into
The trap.
that trap of,
I see.
oh my gosh, I have to, because you're so used to I was so used to providing for myself.
Okay.
and keeping it all together. And at the same time, been through a lot of shitty relationships, right? Not
Mhm, mhm.
recognizing yet that I might be part of the issue,
The
right?
problem,
Some of my
right?
healing might be part of the issue. So I keep picking men that are not that are emotionally unavailable, um, maybe men that are immature or that aren't so established.
Okay.
And I'm picking them for a reason because if I can pick them and then I can be kind of like the provider, or I can show up in such a way that they believe they need me, right? Then I feel needed.
Right.
And at the same time, I feel used, but I feel needed. And
Okay.
that's kind of giving me purpose. And I feel in this, it is this unhealthy attachment of, oh my God, please pick me. The issue is though that I'm draining all of my energy
I was
because
just about to say,
I'm trying to
so hard.
control the relationship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to control the relationship. Like, I want you to stay with me so bad. Please pick me that I overgive. I'm overthinking and I'm overly controlling because I don't want to be hurt. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to
I
be
mean,
in that kind of relationship. Any
it's
man
a
will leave.
it's a protecting thing, but at the same time, it doesn't work out for you at the end,
No.
regardless of it would never work out because say for example, a partner will only take so much until they see the true colors of what you're trying to do. And at the same time, one time, Carrie said this: every relationship she's into with a man, a partner, was always like an interview, like a job interview. So it
Yeah.
was always about a transactional thing. Now, becoming the change in the relationship, right? What steps did you have to do to get to this point in your life? Guys, listen up because she can drop some nuggets right now.
Well, I really had got to get clear on what is it that I want to create in my life, especially with relationship. It all
Uh-huh.
started with a relationship with myself.
Big, huge,
Huge.
huge,
Because if
huge.
I can't even stand going out into the world with myself, by myself,
Right.
who is going to want to hang out with me if I don't even like me? That was the most
That
important thing. And as soon as I was clear in what I wanted to create, then I was able to attract a healthy partner in. And and like it's a learning experience, right? Because like it's like, oh my God, this is like one of my first healthiest relationships. I'd probably say it was the first healthy relationship. And so how can I create this like give and take, this giving and receiving
true, true, true.
that's and it's not always going to be 50-50. Sometimes you're going to be like 80
Yeah,
20.
eighty
You know
twenty,
what I mean?
70-30. It
It
happens. I
is.
mean, it happens. It really does
Yeah.
happen. But one of the main things that if man, it's like like I said, when Miss Plural posts and stuff like that, and you see a lot of things that she's been through, you can tell where it's coming from the heart. Because now the when you become the change and you basically are okay with yourself, you can sit down with your thoughts. You mastered the change. You did the change for yourself. You did the things that was required of you to get to the way you start receiving certain different things.
Mhm.
Would you say what happens? How many different phases are there in say, I wouldn't say just a woman's perception, but the journey that you took, and what would be the key moments that you've remembered to get to the point you're at now?
Ooh, say that one more time.
What would be the key moments that really propelled you to the person you are now? There's
In
key moments.
relationship?
Yeah, in the person you became to
Mhm.
receive the relationship you are in now. Because guys, I'm gonna tell you straight up. 10 years ago, she would have bit everybody's head off. Yeah, she got a minute. She
Yes,
was
it's
mad.
true.
She was really mad, angry at the world, regardless. Now she wants to serve the world, serve the people she serve Abel. Everything is just, and it's. I always want to know what happened because it's interesting, right?
It is,
What
it is. So,
what
so
happened?
it really was understanding that service does not equal weakness. Being of service does not
Say
equal
that
weakness.
again.
Being of service does not equal weakness. I had
Don't
this
agree.
misconception that if I was giving, that meant you would be. you would just take advantage, right? And so I'd
Mhm.
give
Okay.
just enough,
Okay.
though, just a tiny bit.
Right.
And
Right.
then I'd remind you about it too every 5 minutes, right?
Just to
Like
rub it in.
because you like I want to remind you so that you can do for me, right? Like it was
Oh, okay. Okay. Transactional
very
then. Yeah.
transactional. And I so I still had like all of this armor up, and it wasn't coming from the heart. It really wasn't coming from this place of, I really want to create an amazing experience for this human being, or I want to do something for this human being. Now, I'm not saying it always came from a negative place, because
True.
I think at every version of me as I've been growing, I do believe that it was coming from a good place. On
Okay.
occasion, there were some occasions that I was like, oh, I'm going to use this as manipulation
Oh.
of, I'm going to do this for you, but because I need you to do this for me.
Right. 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 Right.
Yeah, I was going to create those were the moments, the manipulation moments, was the transactional moments.
That's where those I would just say moments shifted everything else. Now when you shifted, when you notice how long did it take for you to actually realize it and internalize that stuff, basically? Did it take years, months, or overnight?
Oh my God, it definitely took, I'm going to say it took some years. And it really
Mm,
was just about me, like really diving into the internal work on myself.
okay.
And there was a period, and the reason I'm going to tell you that it took years is because there was a period of time that I didn't want to date anyone, and I just stayed by myself. Now, that's totally a choice. You don't have to do it that way. That's how I chose to do it, only because at that time, I thought that, hey, I have to heal myself before I can go into a relationship, right? That's
That
huge
yeah, that
fallacy.
was last week's topic.
Yeah, that was last week's
Last
topic.
week.
So I'm like, I'm single for like a hot minute. Hey, Juan, thanks for joining us. Hi, MJ, thanks for joining us. Like and share, like and share. Um,
Something-
yeah, I mean, it's like I had this huge misconception that I had to be totally healed before I could be in the relationship. And so I was like, I am going to be perfect, right? And so I was like on this quest. And then I'd
yeah.
start dating someone and I'm like, oh, you
Oh
suck.
crap.
Like, yeah, like you suck. You bring every trigger out in me. So I don't need to
Oh,
date you. Like, so it was their fault. Like I was making it their fault. Oh my God, you trigger the shit out of me. You got to go.
right, right.
And so I would blame them, and then I would just like ghost them and never talk to them again. And it
But that
was,
was part of the tactic of what you did before. You kept doing
yeah,
this over. That was your cycle. That was
yeah,
like, oh, if you're not going to do this for me, I'm going to do this because
mhm,
it never came from your heart. It
yeah,
never came from a place of receiving. It never
mhm,
came from, it came from a place of, let's say, maybe despair, protection. And like you said, you had your armor up, right?
yeah.
Versus now, here's where it's gonna get tricky, right? Here's where it's gonna get cool. Versus our title. How did you become the change in your relationship in a more detailed moment? Did it take a lot of mentoring? Did it take a lot of coaching? Did it take a lot of self reflection? Did
Oh
it
my
take a
God.
lot of crap to be able to do that?
I'm gonna say
Explain that.
all of the above. I mean, it took all of it,
Right,
um,
right.
and and it took me understanding that my greatest opportunity for growth was to do all of it while in relationship. And that doesn't mean I need to be in relationship all the time, but I could definitely be out dating, right? Dating someone, and what was happening was I'm not dating. I'd start dating someone, they would trigger me, and I'd go, "Oh my God, I'm not healed yet. Can't date yet. They gotta
Oh,
go."
you was just in the pond, like fishing around.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
If they,
explain this though,
mhm.
right? So how does see? I have a thing about when I talk to the difference between dating. I'm old school, so I'm kind of different. Right? Dating means something else to me versus when a woman says they're dating. What does dating really mean, and how did it help you?
Oh, so dating is just like keeping my options open, right? Like I'm enjoying your company. The
Okay,
um and that doesn't mean we're like in this exclusive relationship. Now, what would happen is I'd go out with people and they would say something, I don't know. And somehow I would leave and I would feel so triggered and I would immediately say, I'm not well equipped to date. Like it was
oh,
still a lot of self beat up at that
okay.
place. And then I would
Self
also blame
beat up.
them. Like
She said
they,
self beat up.
yeah. And I
Nice.
would also blame them too. So I would be like, they clearly aren't healed enough because they didn't know how to communicate with
Two
me.
sides.
Two sides. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
because
okay.
there's still that blame. I still want to blame them. Like it can't all be me. I mean, this is ridiculous.
And I'll be, what if it is? And then you
Yeah.
start double guessing yourself, right?
Oh my God. And I look back now and I'm like, man, I am so grateful for each and every one of them that I went out with because it really just it shined a light on the areas that I got to grow and the things that were triggering me. And that was the only reason that I saw I had been out of relationship, I think, for like 2 years. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, maybe I'm ready to go on a date or like to like be in relationship with someone, be open to that idea. And then I realized that I was never going to be perfectly healed and
You
that
understood that though.
I understood that because I remember. So as I started to get in relationship with Abel, I remember going to one of my mentors and I was like, man, this isn't going to work. Man, he's like really pissing me off. Like there's a lot, there's a lot going on here. And I was like, I just think I need to be,
If he's really pissing you
maybe I
off,
need to be single. And she said,
he
well,
was
you've been,
really pissing you off.
yeah.
Wait,
She's
we
like,
gotta wait.
I, I'm glad I can entertain you, Gordon.
But isn't that part of our job as a man? No. Okay. That's off subject, guys. Off subject. Okay, back. Sorry.
Um, and so it was, my mentor said to me, look, you've been single for a long time.
Okay.
You've done so much work on yourself. Have you
Mhm.
ever considered that the rest of your healing gets to be done within the relationship? You're not going to see what you need to heal or what you get to heal unless you're in relationship. Now that you're getting in relationship with someone, there's all these other areas that are popping up. And instead of using this as ammunition against your partner as to all the reasons why you should not be with him, why don't you look at it as an opportunity for you to grow and lean into that particular area and
Right,
be
right.
and show him gratitude for bringing it to the surface for you because you were unable to see it on your own.
True.
Yeah.
That's the best advice anybody can give you because sometimes you can't see the whole aspect.
Right.
Sometimes you can't see the angles. Sometimes you don't understand the degrees of what's coming at you from a different perspective. And to be able to uphold that, to see that, to actually work through it in your
Mhm.
relationship made you become a better person. Not just for you and him and your relationship at the top, right? If it's a triangle, you became a better person all around for the people that you're helping, for that you're coaching, some of your clients, some of your future clients, because you have the experience. And that's what a lot of the people don't understand. Like, you gotta go through the battles. You gotta go through things that you never thought you could do, and you gotta kick that door open. Like me and Doc said it last week. You have the keys. You
Yeah.
have the keys to the door, the locks. It's up to you. Where you're gonna kick it in, you're gonna put your foot in there, or you're gonna be like me and just ram that whole thing down. Or go get you a truck and mow the house down. It's gonna be something like that because you have to figure it out. If you're staying stagnant, guys, if you're watching this, are you watching this on TikTok and you if you want to watch some of Carrie's playlists, we are on YouTube, Boundaries and Brotherhood, and you can watch the playlist with Talks with Carrie. But you have to understand that that's just part of the journey. Everybody wants this instant gratification bullshit nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And it's not going to work, whether it's in life, business, relationships, work, your kids. I mean, it's just part of the deal. I mean, Carrie was dropping some nuggets today. And what was I have to go back and get that quote from you. But how is becoming the change in your relationship? And let's go back. Let me go back. What was the reaction Abel gave you? Abel gave you when you busted out all this girly giddy stuff that you did for him. What was his reaction? Because she was giddy.
He really appreciated it that I put so much like thought and effort. And then of course, I added my own little personality onto certain things. Had
Mm-hmm.
to we both love Halloween. I had to add like a a light up skeleton. Do you know what I mean? Like I did some things that were hilarious, that were fun, that would
Uh-huh.
be meaningful between us. It didn't really matter what I created. I just know that
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. It was the fact that it was the effort that was behind it and the thought behind it. It had
That's what
no,
matters.
yeah, I could have decorated the whole backyard for Halloween and he would have been like, "Oh my God, that's great." Do you know what I mean? It didn't really matter
Mhm.
what the mechanic was.
The gestures.
Yeah, it was like, "Oh my God, it came from the heart." That's the part that matters.
And because when you, it's like this, even if you have money, even if you have a lot of things, like Abel, they travel, they have a good life. It's the small things at this point. It's the small things that you provide. It's the peace, it's the peace that you give him to understand that, hey, you work hard. I'm doing this because at one point in your life, it would have been the whole opposite way. What are you not? How come you didn't do this for me? Right? How come you're not
Yeah.
doing enough for me? Or
Yes.
vice versa, blah blah blah. How come you didn't get me the designer bag? How come you didn't get pay for my all this? And that's where I think the real growth happens. And that's where some of these modern women look at all these things on social media for validation, for instant gratification, and they're missing the whole mark by a long shot, right? And like a full long shot. Like, how do what is the stuff you tell your clients like in that situation? Like you're missing the whole mark. How do you rein them back in? Like give me some carry therapy, right? As you would say, the
Well,
carry nuggets, golden nuggets you would give because men want to know these things too.
Mhm.
Because that way they can change. This is why we have two people, right? I have Doc on Thursdays, I have Carrie on Tuesdays. You mean I have business, some other things going on, but people like to have different angles. What do you tell them? Like, what are the nuggets you drop?
Well, I always tell people too that the act of giving, if you're really connected to the experience you want to create, and being of service, that is going to light you up and fill you up more than you realize. Like, so for
Ooh,
example, I really connected with what would I want to create for myself? So I connected with that first. Then I started getting excited about it. Then I started running around and doing it. Um, and then as I'm creating it, I'm getting excited. I'm experiencing joy. I'm having fun. I'm filling my cup by being of service to someone else. And it's serving a dual purpose, right?
true.
Right. And
So
that's one of
true.
the things that I always tell somebody if they call me and they're in a shitty mood or they're not feeling good, one of my clients, I'm like, go help somebody. Go be of service to somebody and call me back when you're done. That will get you out of your shit so fast, especially
Oh,
if they're in a moment where they're not coachable. When they're not coachable
true.
and they're in their shit, go help
Yeah.
somebody and call me back and we can talk then.
Because they have to go through that.
Yeah,
Like, even
absolutely.
like for today, I gotta go. I do my real talk youth impact for the kids and the parents, right?
Hmm.
Because that's part of your healing. It's part of your therapy, part of your giving back to yourself and opening your heart and filling up that way. Like
Right.
even if you, this is what some of she talks about on her page. No one talks about the part of healing where you feel safe being seen in your softness. That's the real work.
Mm.
Explain some of that for the viewers. Guys, if you're not watching her and stuff, she's damn good. If not, she wouldn't be around my area. Trust me. I work with some of the best already. She's
You know,
there.
I think what I really equated softness to was weakness in the past. And as long as I interpreted softness equaling weakness, I
Mm-hmm.
never felt safe in that. It had nothing to do with the other person. It had everything to do with how my mind was interpreting these words. And so I couldn't be
Interesting.
soft or giving or more feminine. All of that was weak. I have to be like hard and abrasive and competitive with you because I need you to know that I don't need you, that I can do it by myself, but you should be grateful that you're here.
But that's a bad thinking. But you used
Yeah,
to have that.
I had that thinking. Yeah.
How does how does it compare to your thinking now?
Oh my God. It's really allowing myself to let go of all of the armor, like all of the walls,
Okay.
everything that I needed to protect myself. Like
For what?
realizing that I make good choices, especially the people that I choose in my world today. Any of my relationships,
Hmm.
friendships, romantic
Yes.
partners, like
Yes.
none of it, family, everybody. I know that I
Yes.
make good choices and that I don't need to protect myself from anything. I'm already protected.
If you're doing everything right and you don't really mind anything and you don't come from a serving heart and everything else, it's like your mother-in-law, basically, right? Like how she's or your wife's husband, your dad's wife, right?
Mhm,
She makes people feel good for how she is, plain and simple.
mhm,
And these women are some of your role models now,
mhm.
right? And you've taken a really good liking to them because, but it wasn't like that always. You'd be like, what are you doing? Right? But understand that's how you become the change in any type of relationship. Like she said, friendship, your relationship with Abel. You mean, and a lot of times you don't really see it, right? Explain to me for the next 5 minutes how does let me see. Okay, the old me would have had a meltdown over the ride at Disneyland. How can you have, right? Because it wasn't part
Oh,
of the agenda. What does that mean?
oh
Explain
my
that one for the
God.
media and how you changed with that. Because I'm like looking at this was like,
So
that's retarded.
I know it sounds kind of, it was funny as I was writing it, but it's true. Like every time that we would go to do something, I always have an
Uh-huh.
agenda. I have a plan. Like I'm a
Strict. Is it
I'm an
strict?
analyzer. Like I want to make sure everything makes sense. Especially early in my relationship with Abel. And he cannot stand that. It's so awesome. And that was my way of trying to control the situation. I didn't even realize that
Mm. Okay.
until I would always try to take over and plan, which would piss him off. And then I stopped that because I'm like, oh, he doesn't like that when I take over. So then I just started asking a lot of questions. And so
Okay.
he came to me one day and he goes, you know, you ask a lot of questions. And I'm like, I know, but I'm not taking over, right? I'm not trying to plan everything. And he was like, "Oh, your questions are a sneaky way of trying to control the situation."
And
And I
he's an
was like,
attorney.
oh yeah, they are. I mean, he's not lying, you know?
Right? Right?
And it was just so funny that he said that. And I was like, oh, maybe he's right. So what? And then he said, what would happen if you just trusted that
Oh,
everything's going to be
that's
fine?
deep. That is deep.
And so this last Disney trip we went on, I said, I'm not planning anything. Just tell me what to wear. I'm showing up. Tell me what time to be ready. Let's handle my dog and I'm just going to go and have fun. And I just went and I was going along with whatever anybody else wanted to do because it didn't really matter to me. But I got to see the other women in the group, the way that they showed up, trying to control. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what that looks like. That's
That used to
fucking
be you.
exhausting.
True.
That's so exhausting. I don't want to sign up for that.
Right.
And
That
so let me
is so
just go
interesting.
along with it and have fun. And I think it was easier for me because for one, I'm going and I don't have children. So a lot of people came, it was their kids' first time there. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And so it was easy for me to kind of let go and just be like, this is all about the kids and let's let them have the great experience. I've
Mhm.
been, it's not a big
Mhm.
deal.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like I feel like all the cards were laid like perfectly for me to allow myself to just like not try to control and plan. But
Control it
the
all.
past me would have still tried to do it anyway. I have a better plan.
Right. How does it eat you up though? Does it eat you up a little bit?
I think no, it actually didn't eat me up. The one thing that I just was like, man, it's exhausting to watch them. Like the women that were trying to control everything and "Oh, we have to make it here and do this and
Oh, I see. I
and I
see. I
was
see.
like, oh man,
Yeah.
that's exhausting to watch. And people used to tell me that you're fucking exhausting to watch.
Oh, because how you were.
Oh my God, your energy's exhausting. Like I love you, but I need to go take a break. I'm gonna go eat and have lunch, and I'll come back and be around you later. Like, and I find it like really landed for me because I got to experience the other
Ah,
side of it,
even
where
a
I was like, oh
different.
yeah, this is exhausting.
I see, I see, I
And
see.
I also appreciated where they were coming from because all that they wanted to do was create an amazing experience for their kids.
There was
That
their
was it.
heart, the meaning was in the right place, but the just
The
the amount
execution was
of,
just like, oh wow,
yeah,
this is great.
the
Yeah.
amount of thing was just ridiculous. I mean, I get it. I mean, come on, I got mine's right now. Like last week of school because then it starts kindergarten, but holy smokes, we went through 40 minutes again,
Whoa,
guys. Yeah,
that was
but
fast.
yeah, that was super fast, guys. How did you like this on the TikTok? Me, you can hear her, you can actually see her. I don't know nothing about this, but I got TikTok things. We are on YouTube a lot. The playlist is all on YouTube. If you're figuring out a way, if you want to watch some of her stuff, right? Hit subscribe to Boundaries and Brotherhood. If you're gonna say, watch this, when we, I can move this. Look at this, right? And then this. This way we can see because I also have this on YouTube. You can watch all our replays right there. Enjoying the conversation. Guys, life is about a conversation. You might not like it at times. You might not like what the other person has to say. But at the same, you can learn and look at all different aspects and the degrees of what coming on from different angles. Carrie, give us a recap of how you, or we talked about becoming the change in the relationship if you can remember it, because even for somebody, when I bring this all up, it's like, what would be your three top key points and how to reach you?
Oh man. Well, I don't remember what I said in the very beginning, but what I will say is if it's to be, it's up to me. I get to be the
Okay,
change.
nice,
And I get to do so from a place of a service. I
perfect.
get to do from service, from my heart, and that's a whole different energy because if I'm still running that pattern that says love has to be earned through effort, that is exhausting. Because I don't get to be, or I don't need to perform to be chosen,
True, true, true.
right? It really, it's just my true essence is being of service. And when I remember that piece and I can connect with that, that's going to bring me like all of the joy and all of the happiness and all of the fulfillment that I want.
Because it comes down to you again.
Yeah.
Like every time, like she said, if it's what was the thing you said? If it's meant to be, it's
If
up to
it's
me.
to be,
If
it's
it's to
up to
be,
me.
it's up to me, and that's what we're going to leave on there, guys. Guys, it's been kind of cool, right there. Actually, what do you see on your end? Is it kind of cool with some of your fans on there?
I haven't even, oh, because you're live. You own the live. So I don't really get to
Oh,
see a
actually, I
whole
don't
lot on my
listen,
side.
but I see you on this right kind
Yeah.
of something new. All right, guys, this is Gordon Watt from Boundaries and Brotherhood on TikTok. Gordon Watt, watch some of the inspiration. Now you know where is it coming from. Like all the stuff that's come from me, my heart, the inside, and my essence. Carrie, give a shout out. End the show.
Oh, man. Give a shout out and end the show. Listen, if you are a high
You're
achieving woman, if you're a high achieving woman, you are tired and exhausted, sick of chasing love, you're ready to be the prize, you can contact me on Instagram at Carrie Polero or on TikTok at Carrie Polero.
guys. Aloha. Have a good day. We'll see you next week. Same time next week, 10 o'clock, Tuesdays, every Tuesdays. I'll see you guys. Aloha. Bye bye. Okay, boop. And now, oh man, 70 viewers, one like. That's new.
Yeah. Oh
Perfect.
man, it
43
doesn't give me.
minutes. How did so what did it look like on your end?